Hello. At the vestry's invitation, parishioners have been asked to attend another set of focus groups. I know many of you have attended focus groups related to the transition process, but this one's related to some special projects that the vestry has determined are important to the life of all saints in a retreat primarily that they went into earlier in the month of May. These are exciting times at All Saints. The parish remains very vibrant during this transition time, and there are some things that the vestry would like us to talk about and to get some feedback from the parishioners about some projects that we may want to engage in. But before we begin, I ask that you review this blessing that's in front of you. Take a moment to meditate on it, read it aloud, and then we'll continue with the presentation.
Amen.
As we talk about the vestry's charge, it's really the way that the vestry has determined that decisions will be made and ministry direction will be taken as we move forward. The first thing is related to communication and transparency. The first thing is to be very open and transparent in the way communication and business is conducted in the parish. To have regularly scheduled reports to the congregation, and moreover to make sure that any time that a meeting is being held by the vestry or other leadership groups, that the congregation is invited to attend, that it's an open invitation to attend those meetings. Vestry is also intent on improving the use of communication and the content by using existing means such as the printed current that you should have received recently, also through expanded use of social media and the traditional means through the Sunday bulletin and announcements, etc. As far as facilities upkeep is concerned, of course there's the routine maintenance that is part of the budget. Those have been met primarily through the efforts of a wonderful group of volunteers that have been assisting with those projects. There are also some capital maintenance, repair, replacement that we will discuss in just a moment that the vestry is interested in evaluating at this time. For fiduciary obligations, of course, there's the ongoing stewardship and of the parish finances. But in addition, there are two items that the vestry is quite interested in getting some feedback from the parish for. And that is, number one, a reimbursement of the endowment and a repayment of a loan to the diocese. In the last building project, the funding was underwritten by about $350,000. And in order to be able to complete that project, a loan was taken from the endowment of $123,000. It was determined impossible for the parish to pay back at the time and was written off by the endowment over a course of 3 years vote of the parish. But the vestry is wondering if it isn't a time for us to consider if it isn't the right thing to do to pay that endowment loan back. The other is a loan to the diocese that needed to be taken out to finish the project. That has been held in forbearance for several years, but starting this year, the diocese has asked us to begin paying interest on that loan, and the monthly payment on that is $1,200, and that's $14,400 for the year. As far as ministry enhancements, of course, primarily on our list right now is the calling of a new rector, making the parish an attractive place for clergy that are interested in making a move to consider All Saints as part of their calling. So let us move to the list of projects themselves. These are in no particular order, but just here for our review and our prayerful consideration. Start with the endowment reimbursement that is currently at $124,000. The retirement of the diocesan debt, $236,000. The seawall has not been completely replaced in all the years that Breon Park has existed since the early 80s. In many places it is in quite bad condition. Some work has been done recently to attempt to breach some of the holes, but none have been a permanent solution. So we see a figure of an estimate of $250,000 to complete that project. The organ at All Saints has been a focus of potential replacement or significant enhancement for many, many years since the late 80s that I know of. And the current estimate for a replacement of the organ is $800,000. Upgrades to Jensen Courtyard. The primary purpose of that project would be to build a large tent over the existing courtyard that can be enclosed with curtains on the sides, possible to air condition with portable air conditioners, to expand the social space adjacent to the kitchen and make that place usable all year round. Kitchen upgrades. The two things that are needed in the kitchen in order to make it a truly commercial kitchen are a hood system and the cooking center. If that is done, then we would be able to loan the kitchen out, or rent the kitchen out actually, to catering concerns for events, weddings, other events that might take place on parish property. Air conditioning units are at various ages and various stages of their life cycle on the property, and an amount of $16,000 has been budgeted in this proposal for the potential replacement of an air conditioning unit that we hope won't be real soon, but is probably in our future. Breon Park electrical upgrades. If you've attended the boat parade, you may have noticed that it's a spaghetti of wires and temporary lighting fixtures in order to make that event happen. This would provide the opportunity to have more permanent fixtures out there for not just the boat parade, but make Breon Park a more practical space to use for a lot of different activities. Painting of the church, in order to do a full repainting of the church, which again is not in our immediate future, but is something that we need to look to in the next few years, is on this list as well. Unexpected expenses. That is primarily an amount that the vestry would like to put into an unrestricted account, call it a reserve account, for potential outlays that could come up as we move forward. Fundraising expenses, $123,000. The vestry did a tremendous amount of due diligence in selecting a consultant for this process. There was not a consultant such as this in the last campaign, and we sort of see where the results ended up. The vestry found that the company that's been engaged has been very successful. Parishes, many parishes that were contacted were very, very complimentary of their efforts, of their work in the parish, and that is why this consultant has been chosen. So now we ask for you to share your thoughts. In this email with this video, you've been given a link to a survey that I invite you to fill out at this time. If for any reason you find that you're having some difficulty with this system, please give Michael a call at the office and he'll be happy to guide you through the process. But it is important that we get your feedback and your thoughts. Thank you for your time in this focus group, and moreover for your life here at All Saints. We are so grateful for those of you that do spend part of your year with us, and we are looking forward to seeing you again next fall.